the Comox Valley, located on the traditional unceded territory of the Comox First Nation, the traditional keepers of this land. Beautifully located between mountains and the ocean in the middle of Vancouver Island, in Canada's most western province of British Columbia.
Hi, I'm Allison Leet, and I'm an actor, director, and storyteller located here in the Comox Valley. And this is Creating Community.
Follow along as we meet the members of Courtney Little Theatre while they work towards mounting their winter production of Cinderella. We will learn what it takes to bring a show to life and about the types of roles required to make it happen. Let's go behind the curtain to discover the magic and the wonder that lies here.
Welcome to my community.
The world's a stage, and I'm grateful that you taught me how to be a part of something bigger than myself. That every role's important, from the lead to the supporting. So much of who I am and who I try to be is thanks to my community. Thanks to my community.
Shakespeare wrote it best when he said, "If music be the food of love, play on." Meet Dagmar, the pianist who accompanies the cast during the rehearsals and the run of the show. She works together with the pit to bring the musical score to life. Dagmar shares with us the healing qualities music can bring to those who let it in.
Dagmar Killian, Dagmar Killian. I came here in 2008. I'd lived in Europe for 24 years, and I came to Courtney. I knew no one. I started going to concerts because I thought I've got to figure out what's going on here, and I met Lynn Robinson, and she's a pianist, but she left town. I came in and she left. Robin, my youngest son, he was 9 when we came and couldn't speak English very well because I didn't teach it to him. I decided I would enroll him in Rainbow because I heard Rainbow was awesome, and I thought that's what he needs to do because he was very, very, very shy. That's the first show I worked with a lot of children. The transformation I saw in my child was so humongous, and still is. He says to me to this day, he says, "Mom, I learned how to pretend I was someone else, and I could do anything when I do that." It was huge. It was life-saving for him. And actually, I've got to backtrack a little bit. So I enrolled him, and they found out I was a pianist, and they needed a pianist. So that's how I got in there. And that was, for me, it was a huge learning experience too. And super fun because I've never seen, people teaching choreography. I've done a lot of accompanying. I'm a pianist, but it was more in the classical vein. And just, the whole process, I found it fascinating. I found the stage design, everything, all those different facets of what puts a theater production together. I still find it fascinating. I love watching the process from the beginning to the end. I was a newcomer to this town, and I got to know so many people so fast, and it created a community for me in no time. When I came here, I was actually like, oh no, because I'm originally from Duncan, and then I moved to Europe, and I thought, I knew my brother, and I knew my mom was here. That's one of the reasons we came here, so I could help with my mom. And I thought, where am I going? I don't know anybody, I don't know anything. And it was like, within a year, it had created a community for me. Big time, yeah. I think I felt instantly welcomed, yeah. I think it was huge for me because, it's like I instantly found sort of a niche where I felt like I was maybe needed. I'm not sure if that's something I could do that was useful, a way of contributing to the community right away, giving back, for sure. And just the fact that I could, see my child and other people's children find a spot where they feel comfortable and where they can grow and where they feel safe. Well, yeah. Doing Singing in the Rain, and first he said, "Oh, Mom, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it," right? Because whenever he had to meet a new person, he was like, "Oh," and I said, "You have to come with me to a rehearsal," because my husband was traveling back and forth to Europe at the time, so I said, "You need to come with me. I have to have you there." And Susan was directing, and she immediately kind of got him doing something, and they just had a ball. And before he knew it, he was in Singing in the Rain and at every rehearsal with me, which was really convenient. And yeah, just watching everything around me. When you watch somebody else do something, whether it's dancing or singing or beautiful costumes or great set design. Every time I walk into Cinderella now, I go, "Oh, wow," and just think, "Oh, this is cool." The only thing is, I don't really see the finished product, right? Once I'm in the pit, I can sort of sneak glances and see the finished product. You have a conductor, but when somebody jumps a few bars, I'm the one that jumps with them, because the conductor sort of scrambles and gets everybody else in the right spot again. But I will follow, because when things go south, and every now and then they do, and that's part of theater, live theater, you've just got to be there and you've got to make a decision really quickly. And sometimes I don't think, I just do, right? Like I'm like, "Oh, that's where they are," boom. And whoever is conducting is left with finding the bar number, and it works. It's always worked. We've never stopped. We've never, it can be tense. But yeah, once the show starts, I have to think, like I can't let my brain wander for a moment, because you're always listening for cues. Yeah. It just reaches a place in your heart where you can feel pain and joy really intensely. Like I will often sit at the piano and be completely, feel like I'm completely blocked. And if I sit at the piano for a while, I might start to cry, right? I might, it just reaches something deep in your soul. As does any kind of art form. What I really see happening all the time, because I have a lot of students, and I have students with fairly intense mental health issues, and I feel like music sees them through. And I keep contact with these people, they become my friends, and they are my friends right from the get-go, and I think I want them to trust me, and I want them to see how music and art can help them deal with life, right? And you realize how good it is for you, how like it's a release, and it's an outlet, and it's community. You invite people to come and see it, right? So it opens. Not everybody goes to theater, right? But if once you invite people to come and see a show, they're like so happy they've come. And I see it, yeah, definitely my family has, it's opened doors for them, it's opened doors for friends. They're like, "Oh, I could do that too," or "Yeah, that would be fun to do," or do it. Absolutely. You can't go wrong. It's such I think it's a really freeing experience. At least that's what I've seen for anybody that's done it. I haven't seen anybody go, "No, that was terrible." I've never experienced that, actually. I've only experienced good things. Maybe I'm missing something, but just about everybody who I've seen take that leap is glad they did it. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because if you're afraid to make mistakes, you don't do anything, right? You've just got to get out there and do it and make mistakes. It's okay. I'm really happy I came to this community, and I've met all these wonderful people and done so many shows and got to know them, and it's a whole new genre for me that has been really awesome.
Music is such a big part of what we do in theater, and we are so lucky to have community members who can help us sound our best. The cast really lean on Dagmar and her knowledge to help bring the story to life.
We thought that we were only learning how to entertain, but growing up I've realized just how much more we gain. The world's a stage, and I'm lucky that you taught me how to be a part of something bigger than myself. That every role's important, from the lead to the supporting. So much of who I am and who I try to be is thanks to my community. Thanks to my community.